I'm feeling good this morning with a cup of Joe. Dun. Good this morning. Chimera doesn't blow. Dun.
That was pretty spectacular.
Yeah, that was, man.
I am inspired to buy some Chimera coffee.
On that note, just give the coupon code because they're definitely going to just chime in.
Yeah, chimeracoffee.com. Coupon code show
on
the
a
art.
Cup of Joe.
And feel like Ames right now on Cloud 9.
Cloud 9, baby.
Hello. Ames.
Yo, check it.
Ames.
Yeah, we're good to go.
Say something, Test.
Yo, check it. 1, 2, 1, 2. What is going on, guys? You're listening to the Show the Art podcast. We are your hosts, Ames and Abe. Abe, how you feeling, man?
Good, man. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good on this cool brisk morning. Winter's really kicking in. You excited for Thanksgiving?
Sure. How about you?
Sure. What kind of answer? Sure. Yeah, I'm
Yeah, great.
great. We're gonna get right into it, guys. Today, our guest today
Save
is
the small talk is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. We'll save the small chit chat for later. He is known as the dual athlete. He's one of the coaches at Crank Systems. He He works out with us. He is a 66 kilo lifter. So he the reason why he's called a dual athlete is because he lifts with boys. Another one is he's a bodybuilder / powerlifter.
Okay.
Usually, it sounds like it would coincide, but it's really difficult because we'll get more into that later. So, what was I saying? Oh,
You didn't introduce him.
introducing Mr. Wayne Carmona. Wayne,
Yeah, I'm here.
what's going on,
I'm
man?
excited.
You nervous?
Yeah.
Is this your first
I'm nervous a little
podcast?
bit. Yes, this is my first podcast.
So we're popping that
This
cherry.
is cool, yeah.
That as he's eating a Starburst.
I know.
candy.
Yo, will they hear me if I chew?
Yeah, they'll also hear you chewing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that's real professional of you. So speaking of professional, let's turn that telephone off. So Wayne, can you give us a quick background of who you are, how you came about into powerlifting scene, bodybuilding, any good stuff?
Okay, so my name is Wayne Carmona, and the dual athlete. They know that I'm called the dual athlete because, like you said, bodybuilding and powerlifting background. What else do I know? I'm a 66 kilogram powerlifter. And
what's that in pounds again?
66 kilograms is 145.
145.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what are your lifts? For
Squat,
the,
bench, and deadlift.
yeah, for the squat, those are the main lifts for powerlifting.
In
Squat.
competition, yeah, I think my highest total I ever got was a 1255.
Okay.
I
Break
did
that down.
So squat 445, bench 275, and deadlift 535.
So that's basically pretty heavy. That's
Nice.
heavy stuff at
Why do they
145.
add them up?
Yeah.
Like when basically like he said, his number was the
Oh,
total
overall?
poundage. Yeah. Why do they add?
Great question.
Where does that come from?
It usually comes for the competition because maybe Wayne, like say you two are competing at 145, Wayne might have a stronger squat, but in the bench, you might have a stronger bench. So it kind of equals out at the end where it's just like all of them are
Oh,
kind of
so you
equivalent.
win based on the total number.
Yes,
Oh, okay. So-
exactly. If am I mistaken? Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
That's
how it
basically
is.
it. So, and you also do bodybuilding. You just got
Yeah.
into bodybuilding,
Yeah,
or how'd
yeah.
you get into that?
So I mean, I started bodybuilding or just competing when I was like 18.
Okay. How old are you now?
24.
Oh, he's a young gun. Keep going.
So yeah, it wasn't always consistent, but yeah, my first competition I did was like when I was 19, 20,
Okay.
and then I just started getting back into it now.
So
this past
which
season.
one do you enjoy more, bodybuilding or powerlifting?
It's tough.
Gun to your dick. Pick one.
I like
3.
bodybuilding.
There you go.
I like bodybuilding better.
Now, most bodybuilders, what
yeah.
kind of lifting are they doing? Is it powerlifting? Is it Olympic lifting? Is it what is that?
It's pretty much more like it's not even like it's not really a system. Like you don't like for me, since I do both
Mhm.
powerlifting and bodybuilding, I'll incorporate like squat, bench, and deadlift. But most bodybuilders they don't have to do squat, bench, and deadlift. Most of the times
What kind of workouts? Say you're doing it's Monday. What would your workout be for bodybuilding? And then we'll run it back. And then what would you do for powerlifting? Just like a quick rundown.
So for powerlifting, you have to incorporate the squat, bench, and deadlift. So for powerlifting, you have to incorporate the squat, bench, deadlift. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect.
So yeah, but for bodybuilding, you don't necessarily need to incorporate those lifts to
Okay.
get bigger.
Yeah.
You more it's more about like assistance work and hitting like hypertrophy, muscle hypertrophy.
Hypertrophy
meaning muscle building, I guess you could think of that.
Yeah, perfect.
There's a rep range, I guess 8 to 12, just higher reps.
So you're going like more curls, tricep, isolated movements.
Yeah, you can see a lot of bodybuilders doing isolated movements.
Is that what you?
For me, not so much.
Okay.
So what I do right now is like I'll incorporate squat, bench, and deadlift.
Okay.
I'll tell you what I do.
Yeah,
so
give us to make it easier for everyone who's trying to get into it.
So 3 times a week I'll squat, bench, and deadlift. So
okay.
I'll right now what I do is 3 days. First day 1 will be squat, bench, and deadlift, and then I'll have after I do that, I'll hit accessory movements to kind of grow the muscle.
Yeah. So
and
for
focus on bodybuilding.
A great question, or a question that we get a lot is, what's an accessory movement? What is it? What is it for? When do you use them? How do you use them?
So accessory movements pretty much are just to kind of like fluff work, I guess you could kind of call it. So if you're targeting, like you're trying to target a certain muscle, you're gonna do certain workout to target that muscle.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah. You could have these headphones real quick. Put that on. Yeah, you could be professional with us, brother.
Yes.
There you go.
So now you can hear yourself a little better.
There you go. I can hear myself now. So what were we talking about? Assistance work.
Yeah.
Assistance work. So yeah, it's pretty much like, well, in the powerlifting world, it's more of fluff work because it doesn't necessarily like get you stronger in that
specific.
Yeah, specific squat,
bench,
deadlift. But yeah, I guess it is important to kind of grow the muscle too.
Yeah.
Because a bigger muscle is a stronger muscle.
Okay.
At the end of the day,
Yeah.
but it doesn't necessarily always transfer over to squat, bench, and deadlift. It's more like fluff work, just like kind of detailing.
Yeah.
To work on aesthetics, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are there any people out there, any professional bodybuilders, right? Because there's amateur, there's professional, that exclusively don't use weights?
I'm not
all calisthenics.
I haven't.
Or is it
heard of
impossible?
any high
Right?
level.
It's very hard because
you'll at some point you've mastered your own weight.
Yeah, your body. If you'll have a look, you'll have a big look, but it won't be as detailed, right?
Yeah,
your body
be as bigger and is harder.
Yeah, it's hard for once a body kind of adapts, it knows what to do, like with the weight. Like you could start adding chains or like a weighted vest, but you'll still get big and you'll have a look, but it'll be more like, you ever watch Bar Stars? Like you see how they have this big chest, like kind of like a gymnastic body, but not as fine tuned.
Sure.
To say.
Okay.
Yeah,
so there's many muscles can be well developed, but there's many that will be underdeveloped.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Absolutely.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Now, as far as like bodybuilding compared to power lifters, compared to Olympic lifters, how often are you exercising?
For me, I'm working out like 5 times a week right now. Actually, ever since I finished Raw Nationals, I haven't been really training so hard, but I'm just getting back into it.
So you're kind of like
now.
in off-season phase right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I didn't really start in off-season. I was just kind of hanging out.
Let's get into that because you went from a bodybuilding competition into a powerlifting competition, which is really hard because in bodybuilding, you might look like your best, but deep inside, your body feels like crap because you're doing so much cardio. Your calories are almost like basically almost gone, right? Like because you need to get to like a what % body fat?
It's really just look. Like I don't really even like. We pay attention to the scale a little bit.
Okay.
Just to kind of gauge.
So more like so you look good.
Progress. But it's really by look.
I get you. Yeah, man. So it's a lot different from powerlifting where it just you might not look as good or whatever, but you're gonna be performing your best. Yeah. So let's talk about like your coaches and what you did to get ready for those meets.
So I've been prepping with 3DMJ. So they're like a group of I think it's like 5 or 6 coaches, but my coach is his name's Alberto Nunez, and we've been prepping since March, and the goal was to do a powerlifting meet in June, and then do a couple of bodybuilding shows towards the end of the summer. Okay. But it just didn't work that way, so I ended up doing bodybuilding shows in August, and then September, October we did the powerlifting meets. And then we ended up, well, the main goal for powerlifting was to do the national meet, and we ended up doing that.
Okay.
And yeah.
And how did that go? Excuse me. How did that go with the national meet? Because that's where that's a big one. That's your Super Bowl, correct? Where like the top lifters.
Yeah, it was cool.
Go there to Georgia. You flew out to Georgia, right?
Yeah, it was cool. It was a good experience.
You qualified for that. So what was that experience like, lifting with like the best of the best?
Yeah, it was crazy because you get to see like where you kind of stand, because you train like as a competitor, you know, you train so hard, and you don't really know where you stand. If you do local meets, like you can win, but then it's just like, you know, you see on like, I guess Instagram kind of like helps that, or it shows like
show where you at.
Yeah. But you get to see like pretty much all the best lifters in the country, and it was cool knowing where you kind of stand.
This is another cool sport where you won't see this in NFL, NBA, anything like that, where like you're an athlete and then you're competing on the same platform, you're competing on the same mat
that was cool.
as like the people you look up to.
Nice.
So it's just like us seeing like Marcelo Garcia being on like the same mat as us. So
which we can.
Yeah, which we can. That's a cool thing about our sport. Like it's not too big where we get to interact. You know what I mean? It's like a nice little niche that we our sports sports have. So
you could potentially be competing next to what's this guy's name? Heath.
Who?
Heath.
Oh no, that's bodybuilding.
Bodybuilding.
Okay.
No, never that.
Yeah.
So he doesn't do powerlifting. A guy like that. Phil Heath.
Phil Heath. Yeah. He's a
he's a bodybuilder.
He's a monster.
Yeah. He's humongous.
Yeah.
There's people that focus on their, you know, their single craft. I just do what I like to do, you know.
Yeah.
That's why I do both, because I like both.
Yeah, and not.
So.
Speaking of bodybuilders, I saw Ronnie Coleman once.
Oh,
in person.
Whoa.
I was at it used to be called Gold's Gym in Belleville.
Oh,
okay. Now it's Signature.
Yeah.
And I was working out there. I was with my dad. I was probably like 16. I had just started like going to the gym.
Damn.
Lightweight, baby.
Wait, how old are you now?
27.
Oh, yeah. So that's when he was like,
top of the world.
Yeah.
So he looked like he was on top of the world. This guy was humongous. Again, I was 16, 17. I you know, you're smaller, you're younger, you feel small in the world.
Yeah.
So when you see a big guy, it's like, it looks like an elephant. But the one thing I remember was he was on the leg press machine where you're sitting down and you're squatting up, I guess.
Yeah.
And he put all the plates on that he could fit. Literally all the plates on, and he's just like pressing, and then I'm not joking. He had a guy sit on a thing because he couldn't fit any more weight on.
That's
it.
crazy.
And I was like, "Holy crap!"
He is a strong.
He's strong. He's a strong bodybuilder.
Yeah, man. A lot of and
Ronnie Coleman.
There's a big difference too with like I think with both sports is like the enhanced athletes.
He's definitely all natural.
He's definitely all natural. Yeah.
Come on.
I heard he's even a vegan. Yeah. Like his main source of protein is tofu.
It's tofu and
they call him the tofu
bok
killer.
choy.
You
guys ever seen this video? Always is like the one like motivating or motivational video I always watch, like just whenever like I want to get motivated.
Yeah.
On YouTube, he has like a video of him just like lifting heavy weight, and then he's just yelling lightweight.
Yeah.
What I forgot what else he yells. I haven't watched it in a while.
That's amazing. Lightweight.
Like buddy.
Yeah, buddy. Lightweight.
Yeah,
you're butt naked
and then
watching
he's just
it.
like, what?
And he seemed like a really nice guy. Like I didn't interact with the guy because I didn't know him, but he seemed like jolly as he was walking around the gym. He would bounce on the bench and just bust out like 4 plates.
How big was he?
I mean, humongous.
Like
his legs were touching as he was walking.
Like
No,
when
like
you look at me, you
like you, but 3 of you.
How big are you?
We'll save that for later.
Yeah. When people ask Ames his size, they don't say how big are you. They say how small are you.
True.
That's how they. That's the question that comes. Oh, how small are you?
And then when I start feeling bad how small I am, I look at Abe. I'm like, you know what? Everything is gonna be okay.
Okay.
So let's get back into the powerlifting. So what are your goals now? So you finished those nationals. Where did you top off at? In a class of how many competitors?
So I think there was. I actually looked it up like a few weeks ago, and where was I? Oh, there was 27 lifters in the 66 kilogram open.
Okay.
And I was 10th.
Nice.
So it was
That's good, man.
It's cool to see where you kind of stand, but
it's good to have a starting point. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's just like one of my favorite lifters I was talking about, John North, when he first started. I think he went to his first competition. There's like 22 people that beat him, right? So he put that list on his bathroom door, 22 people. The next competition, he just wanted to beat one person after the other.
That's pretty
cool. So
cool.
he just started crossing out the names. And that's all. Like, you just need to know where you're at and then get better from there.
John North?
Yeah, John North.
That sounds familiar.
It's not what you're thinking, guys. I know you guys. JONNORTH.
Not who? Who are you talking about?
I don't know who you're talking about. King of the North, Jon Snow. It's not Jon Snow. Okay, we're not talking about Game of Thrones.
Okay,
or Game of anything else. Yeah, man. But it's always good to have a starting point because I remember when Wayne first joined as a intern. He didn't even want to compete. Remember, I asked you, like, when are you competing? You're like, I'm not sure. I want to get my numbers up.
Yeah, it's always like that for, I guess, new lifters.
Yeah, so what switched with you, like, from going from, like, I'm not sure I want to compete to be like, you know what? Forget it. I want to compete and see what I'm
I mean, I remember exactly what you're talking about because I just wanted to win. Like, I'm a competitor. Like, I don't want to be, like, last or second. So
okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. So I was gonna take another year to just get stronger and then compete. But then I just kind of jumped into it, and then it was fun. I think at that point, people from our gym were doing powerlifting meets, and that's what kind of pushed me. Just like, all right, let's just do it.
So if I'm understanding correctly, you were waiting so that you were well prepared. Not because you were like, I'm shy. I don't know if I want to do this.
No.
You were just waiting so that you don't go in half-ass.
Yeah, I just wanted to kill it. That's why.
So when did you feel like you hit the point where you're like, all right, I'm ready?
I literally didn't even feel that way. I just did it because everyone was kind of pushing me at our gym. And then it just gave me more motivation that our friends were doing it. So it was just like, let's just have fun and lift.
Yeah, man. Because I saw like a potential in you that you probably didn't even see. Because he's, the main reason why I want to have him here, because he's one of the only guys I know that'll work out when everyone else is having fun. Like on a Friday night, you're 24, right? At that time, I was like out at like a bar or like, just bumming around at 24, on a Friday night. On the street corner, flipping cakes. But on a Saturday night, I was out. You know what I mean? But Wayne is in the gym, whatever. I'll either see you crank or you're taking like an Instagram or Snapchat king or whatever. Like you're working out though. You know what I mean? Like when everyone else is having fun, you're putting in the work, and that's why I was like, you're gonna be big because you have the work ethic kind of thing. You know what I mean? So that's the same thing for jiu-jitsu, whatever. If like you really want to be good, like what are you doing to get better? Type of feel, right?
Exactly. Like the other day, I was training, you didn't come. It's as simple as that, right? Is that what we're talking about?
What was he doing? What were you doing?
No, I was shaving my head. I got a freshie. I got a date with the wifey tonight, so I had to make sure I came in correct.
Okay.
We also don't want to be judgmental on this podcast, so no, we got no room for negativity.
True. My bad.
Yeah, it is your bad.
So you on competition day, you get weighed in, right?
Yeah. Oh man, the stories for that.
Because I was gonna ask, if that's the case, how much do you walk around at normally, and what is your weight cutting process?
So when I first started with 3DMJ with Alberto, I was like around 165, and I had to cut down all the way to 145. And it was more because like for powerlifting, there wasn't really a goal to make the 145 weight class. It was just kind of like I was gonna go in however like whatever weight I was. It was more based on the bodybuilding side. So for me to be on like around my stage weight for bodybuilding is around 148. So I figured I'll just diet a little bit more and then just cut down
to 145. Nice.
But it wasn't as easy.
Yeah. So give us the process from like not too fast, but an express version of what your diet looked like month to month. Like what was the goals? Like how much were you eating or your cardio? Excuse me.
Yeah, I don't remember the exact calorie.
Yeah, no, you don't have
but
to.
It was like around 2,200 calories.
Okay.
I think. And I forgot how much. So pretty much I cut like from March to August from 165 to like 150-ish. And then then I peaked for the show.
Was your goal to lose a certain amount of pounds each month?
No,
or?
He didn't say. No,
okay.
Not really. It was more just the look.
Okay.
Bodybuilding doesn't matter so much about strength.
I get you.
But like we didn't want to lose too much too fast because you don't want to lose muscle at the same time.
Get smaller,
You get smaller, and then the strength gains are just.
So what were you doing exactly to cut weight? Like what was your diet looking like, and what was your training?
I was
look
practicing
like
if it fits your macros. So like, yeah, I would try to eat like I would try to eat good, but like whenever I needed to like satisfy my cravings, I would, as long as it fits my macros.
So let's get into detail, whatever, because probably everyone's wondering. Of course, you can't follow the same one, but let's go on like your training day. You're training on Monday. What would your breakfast be like? How many times? We'll go with this. How many times were you eating a day?
Probably like 4 or 5.
4 or 5 times. So the morning. So you train at nighttime or in the morning?
Most of the times I was training at night.
Okay.
But yeah, most of the times I was training at night.
So morning, right when you wake up, what are you having?
Eggs and oatmeal usually. Or if I wanted to have pancakes, usually actually start like when I started getting closer to like the actual show, I started getting cravings, so I had to like change it up from like. Okay. But normal would be like eggs and oatmeal, egg whites and oatmeal.
2 eggs.
Okay. So you more specifically, probably like 2 servings of egg whites.
Okay.
2-3 servings of egg whites, and then oatmeal. A cup of oatmeal.
A cup of oatmeal. Okay. Yeah. So your next one would it be a snack or another meal?
Meal. It would be like everything's the same really. Okay. Just chicken breast. Okay. And then I'll probably switch between the vegetables.
Okay. Like broccoli, cauliflower. That doesn't really matter.
Yeah. Just the vegetables, and then a carb.
Okay.
Probably like usually I would do rice.
Okay, because you're Filipinos out.
Yeah,
exactly.
Easy.
Yeah, so whatever your nationality is, go with that. Yeah. Go with that carb of choice. Okay, third, what would you have? Third meal.
Same thing.
And
then yeah, like when I get cravings, that's when I'll like get crazy.
You'll get funky with it. Okay. So with the cravings, like how would you make it funky but still at the same time not too calorie dense?
So there are a lot of like I looked up a lot of like
you did. You were going in with a lot of recipes.
And then there are a lot of like macro friendly I guess ingredient like foods like ice cream. Like I would eat Arctic Zero because it's like barely any calories.
Okay.
It's like 0 calories.
Yeah.
And then for ice cream.
Yeah.
And then
you'd mix it up with like
and
a
then
protein.
like protein bars or like you saw me baking a lot. Like it was crazy. It was
I saw you're baking in the gym. Yeah, man, but you had a whole bunch of goodies and you just pass it off to us. To try it out.
Yeah.
But then cool. So how much so now we got the food down or whatever, you finish that out. What was your cardio like?
Cardio.
Would you look into like on time, like 30 minutes?
Do they call you the cardio king too?
The cardio Snapchat king?
He's the everything king?
Yeah, it wasn't that much until like later on in the show when we had to like really
dial it in.
Yeah, just dial in, deplete.
So 300 calories, 400 calories.
What was I doing? Shoot, I forgot. It was like 5. I think it was like 500 calories.
That's a long time on the track.
400 calories.
Yeah, that's a long. Like what, 40 minutes an hour?
And it was walking, so it was a long time. Yeah.
Damn.
So
walking.
With like a sweatsuit on or something.
Yeah, and at one point, not even. It was just like you have to burn this amount of this much.
Walking, that's rough because that's a long ass.
I forgot what it was weekly. I think it was even went up to like 1,000 calories a week.
1,000 you had to burn?
Yeah. Ooh. When it got closer to the show.
See, that's why bodybuilding is so tough, man. Because I don't think I would.
Walking is just
the mentality,
it was like torture.
Yeah, the walking.
So what do you do while you're walking? Like podcasts?
Oh yeah, that's what I would do. I would watch like podcasts and just YouTube stuff.
Yeah, just get some kind of information, right? Wow.
Yeah, or just watch like a show or something. Or most of the times it was like something to do with fitness.
Okay,
but
to keep you motivated as you're doing
those hour-long podcasts.
Yeah.
So what do you do to get motivated on days that you're like, you wake up and you're like, crap, I don't feel like doing anything today? Besides, like you said, you'll watch a Ronnie Coleman video.
Yeah.
Like, what else do you do to get motivated?
You'll watch Show the Art videos.
Yeah, I watch Ames. I have a lot of pictures of Ames on my phone.
We'll save that for another one, man. It's not important.
No, I don't even watch much videos. It's just like actually, I think Instagram kind of helps.
Okay.
And then like just seeing your competition. But then you look at your I looked at myself a lot. Like when you look at yourself and you see your progress, it kind of helps.
Motivating.
Motivating, yeah. And then look at like what I used to look like or how I competed like years ago.
Yeah. And
you just want to beat it. You know?
So what did you weigh in when you first started like your fitness journey?
When I first started with Romeo back then?
Yeah.
Damn, I was like 120, I think.
Yeah. Wow. Man. So that's why perfect example from like gaining weight the right way, then losing it the right way type of thing. You know what I mean? Like you got to do, and both of them, it takes time. Like it's not like a 1 month, a 2 month, or even 3 month. It's like a long journey that you just have to be dedicated. It's like the best ones are usually the consistent ones.
Mm-hmm. And I was never always like super duper consistent, like every day of like every year. Yeah. Now I'm back on track, but
nice.
Yeah, I mean, life happens.
Yeah. You know? So what do you got planned now? Are you going to another competition setup or?
Man, Raw Nationals was so fun, so I kind of want to do it again. But this year, since like last year was just based off like focused on just straight competitions, literally. Like all my money and time went to that. And this year I want to kind of focus on business, like start coaching more and start helping giving back really, you know, giving back knowledge and stuff.
Dope, man.
Helping other people do what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So a lot of people have been hitting me up. So just trying to organize that now.
Dope.
Like on social media or at the gym?
Social media, and then like a lot of people like around locally like know what I guess. Not that I'm like doing much, but like you know, they know what I'm doing. So it's
they see what you're doing.
Yeah, exactly. So
nice, man. So how's your? I have no idea. I've never seen your social media. So how's your social media game?
Not that good. I mean,
how many people sliding in?
Yeah, not really.
He didn't catch that.
No, but I'm serious. Like, how's your social media game? Like, what are you doing on social media?
I just post. Like, try to motivate. Like, most of it is like myself.
Okay.
And then like
because social media is such a huge part of our culture
thing.
now.
Yeah, I think it really is.
So you're on Instagram,
so I guess
Facebook?
That helps.
Okay.
Yeah, Instagram.
Where can people
helps.
reach you at, just in case they're wondering like how this deep sultry voice looks like? Where do they go?
The Dual Athlete on Instagram on anything.
So at the Dual Athlete.
THE.
Not like
DUAL.
DA.
Not like DA.
No, I think at Amesy Pie.
Yeah, so go check him out, guys.
Are you in any of those videos where he's dancing?
Yep.
At the gym? Okay.
Oh,
you know,
that's
remember
fun.
the one with the blonde hair? You ever see any of the videos with the blonde hair?
Oh man, I used to have blonde
he's
hair.
a Filipino Cisco.
Yeah,
Okay.
I used to.
And why did you
what
switch to the black?
Yeah,
what made me do it?
What made you go blonde and what made you go back to black?
Because when we were like, I don't know, I just want to do something crazy to stick out for that competition.
And boy, did you
at
ever.
a powerlifting meet.
Does that
Yeah,
work?
I guess I did.
Does that work?
Yeah, it worked, yo.
Okay.
Like a lot of people were like noticed me as the blonde like Asian guy.
Yeah.
At the meet.
That does.
Smart. Smart,
And,
man.
Yeah.
That is pretty fun. You know what though? Like the next day, I'm like, you know what? This actually fits him. Like the blonde
funny.
hair.
Yeah.
For some reason, I'm like, oh, you could actually pull it off.
What did your kin say about? What did all your friends say when you dyed your hair blonde?
Yeah, it was weird because I thought like I wanted to do it to be obnoxious, not to like look good. And my parents were like, "Oh, it looks good." And my family,
like,
you
no.
know, like Asian like relatives are very strict.
Yeah,
they liked it. I'm like, whoa.
So
I
was
kind
like,
of kept it for a little bit, but it just it took a long. I'm not like
you
about
should
the
do it.
maintenance
There's like
that.
some like MMA fighters. They dye their hair blonde for competitions.
Yeah.
You ever see that?
I guess
Yeah. Some people
and
I
thought
people
I'd do
dye it
that.
red.
Yeah.
Right.
What's that?
Like Ames dyes his pubes.
Red. What?
No, that's
What?
green. I dye it green. And then I call him the Hulk.
You walked into that one. That was a good catch. That was a very good catch.
Thank you. I practiced that. I was like, I wrote this on my notes just in case.
One day I will unleash this Hulk joke.
I know. And
That is a very good stand-up comedy bit.
Yeah, that was.
Dude, yeah.
I should.
Yeah.
Brian Callen, you guys listen to this, man?
Nice.
Oh man, I just dropped the mic. I'm good.
So what else do you do? Like, what do you do for fun?
Man,
do you have the energy to do stuff for fun? Like
I try to focus on like my craft. Usually, I don't really like go out too much. Recently, I just been working, like trying to make money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But when I mean for fun, I don't necessarily mean like go to a club.
Oh.
Like I'm not a club goer at all.
Yes, you are. He's lying.
The club comes to me. So
Nice.
By
but,
club, he means Mike.
But like everybody. Some people watch basketball. Some people.
What's your
I didn't even
getaway?
watch TV, dude.
Yeah. What are your hobbies other than lifting? If you could pick one, gun to your dick. It's on the table.
Man.
3,
2
2
guns.
I don't know. I
1.
don't do
Boom.
anything
Oh, you
else.
just lost your tip.
I really
3.
don't do anything else, man.
So you're like a meow. You're like the Meow Brothers. Just like all you do is just
just try to focus
train,
on this.
train.
Because it's what I want to be doing. You know?
okay.
I want to be coaching. I want to be
What would you say to people that need motivation?
Good
Motivation to
question.
be, the best powerlifter in their circuit that they are competing in.
That's a good question.
Damn,
It's a
Mike's a good
motivate-
question.
Yeah.
That's why he's my teammate.
Maybe use what you use.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
If you could talk to yourself from back in the day, what advice would you give them
To young Wayne.
to young Wayne?
Yeah,
Gaines?
I just say if you're gonna do something, just go 100 110%. Like, don't half-ass things because you just get half-ass results. That's
yeah. I mean, straightforward.
That's a good slogan.
Yeah. Like what I do sometimes when I'm losing focus or losing motivation is I'll go online and I'll literally watch like one video of my favorite athlete competing. And like somebody that inspires me that I want to be like. And I'll just watch one of their competition matches, specifically jiu-jitsu or MMA. And I'm like, see, that's all I needed. Now I'm like ready to go. Literally, that just gets me over the hump and says, wow, that's why I train. Because I want to get to a certain level of where I feel I want to be.
Where you're able to be at.
Exactly, yeah. So that's what I do. But what can you suggest to other people? Maybe something that you do.
What do I do to get motivated? I'm literally I don't even know what I do to get motivated, to be honest. Like I just
laser sharp focus on this one.
Yeah. So, well, that's a good thing. You're just like self-motivated.
It's weird.
You just gotta have it in you. I don't have like a drive.
Just like a drive. Like I just want to not be average, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely,
like that mentality.
And you see that with a lot of people, whatever. It's just like like Kobe, Jordan. They just wake up.
Ames.
I just want to be that's
like
Kobe, Jordan, Ames,
the goats. Exactly, the goats. Yeah, you don't want to be a baby back bitch, basically.
A do nothing bitch.
At DNB, you don't want to be.
Well, at least in the stuff I like to do, like this stuff.
Yeah. Nice, man. So, moving on, who's your NBA team?
NBA team? Shoot, I don't even have one right now. I used to like the Nets, but then they went to Brooklyn.
I know, right? I'm on the same boat, man.
So you guys are the same.
I'm on the same boat.
And they suck it anyway. So.
Yeah. You know what's funny? I was listening to ESPN. I don't know if it was Mike and Mike or First Take. They're saying, like, this generation, it's not about teams anymore. It's the players. Who your favorite players are.
Honestly, that's how I always was.
Yeah.
Like, I was always into basketball, but I was always more into the players that I liked and not so much about the team.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. I really didn't get into the Nets that much until I started hanging out with a group of friends that were really into it.
I thought you were going to say until I started hanging out with the Nets.
Yeah, until I started hanging out
Until I started hanging out with Jason Kidd. I was like, you know what? I'm in it.
Yeah. But I was always more into the players. And then I would follow the players' games as opposed to the team's games.
My one boy, he's just floating in the air right now because his favorite player was Allen Iverson.
Oh, God.
So he loved the Sixers, and then he went to Denver. He was the biggest Denver fan. And when he retired, he's still like, he doesn't have anyone that really catches. So it's just like whoever's right now. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's weird how that turned into, because now, like, my favorite player right now is obviously Russell Westbrook, but I'm a Pacers through and through.
Yeah. Like you're a Pacers fan
because of Reggie Miller, and then I just stuck with that team. Like, with me, like the teams that I liked were the ones that were good when I first started watching.
Yeah. Same with me. Yeah.
So the Steelers for NFL, they're Jerome Bettis. He was like the bus. Yeah. He was mowing down people. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna stick with the Steelers, and then Pacers, and then I actually like Duke because I'm such a troll. And everyone is hating them. I'm like, you know what? Everyone hates you guys. Yeah,
football?
Duke basketball. Okay. Duke basketball. I was like, everyone hates you guys. I like you guys because of that. Yeah. That's why I like Kobe. I tend to side with the teams of the people that everyone hates. So that's why I started liking LeBron James more, because everyone started hating
on him.
When he was like
I don't know why everyone hates on him.
I know, right?
Yeah, man. It's that one decision that he made. That one, and it was a bad decision, but it was just one choice. And he's like, he's like a good role model. He does everything the right way. He doesn't say anything stupid.
With LeBron and with most of the best athletes in the world, everyone's looking for a reason to hate the person because they're so much better than everybody. Yeah, exactly. So once you give them a reason, boom, they explode.
And then they want you to do good. Just like Steph Curry. Everyone loved Baby Boy.
God. Until he won.
He won, and then Kevin Durant is there, and now everyone hates the Golden State Warriors. Yeah. You know what I mean? So at least
I'm starting to like him more and more.
Yeah, me too. At least it's fair, because then it wasn't just LeBron. You know what I mean? Like, everyone's kind of hating Steph Curry a little bit, not as much as they hated LeBron.
Yeah.
Because like the heat, like LeBron and the Heat took was pretty deep, man.
Yeah.
But like, so.
Yeah. Now, it was obviously way worse when he left Cleveland.
Okay.
As opposed to leaving Miami, right?
Yeah. Way worse.
The decision.
That was pretty bad. So who's your favorite player right now?
One of them. I used to like. Damn, I don't even know. I haven't really watched this season.
So it's been a while.
Actually, last season I was kind of keeping up with it, but this season I haven't really watched that at all. But my favorite players, like, I like Melo. Wade, LeBron.
That's Abe's favorite
Melo,
player.
Wade,
he loves LeBron. His defense, his tenacity.
Yeah, LeBron. LeBron. You said LeBron.
Yeah. You know what's funny?
Wait,
I think you're the first Melo fan.
Yeah, on the show.
I don't find or
no
ever.
one likes Melo.
Not a lot of people like Melo. Like on the radio, my wife Charisse can't stand Melo.
I don't know why I don't really like him.
Yeah.
Not personally, just like
just the way he plays.
Yeah. I haven't watched enough basketball or enough Knicks basketball to really
He's a good scorer, but he's like the laziest good scorer we have.
Is he?
Yeah, like you just feed off of it. And I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I like this. How about you? Why do you like Melo? I hope it's the opposite reason. Like, he's so tenacious on defense.
Yeah, that's exactly. No, not defense. I just like the scoring.
The
scoring.
Yeah, he's a good scorer.
He can score. Yeah,
he can score buckets on it.
And when I watched a Knicks game the other day, and he scored like 30 points.
Yeah, easy.
And it didn't even seem like he scored 30 points. By the end of the game, I was like, seriously,
he's
scored
one
30
of those.
points?
Yeah.
But what I don't like about him is it's too much when Melo gets the ball.
Yeah.
Nothing else matters.
Yeah.
It's always ISO plays with him.
I get
you.
Like
let's
a James Harden type. But actually, wait, James Harden's dishing out.
James Harden's crazy.
He's off the hook right now.
But James Harden is very much like that. Like he
the
dishes out and the ball will stop. Yeah. Whereas like LeBron, the whole team's moving.
I kind of want to watch the Rockets right now just to see what James Harden's doing because he's scoring like 30, dishing out 15.
Yeah.
So you're doing.
What does that say
right.
about his teammates?
They're making buckets.
They're motivated.
Yeah.
They're ready to score. Yeah.
They must be happy. D'Antoni is a happy guy.
Yeah,
man.
He's playing point guard now, right?
Yeah, he's playing point guard. I think Patrick Beverly came back, so he's coming in. So it's a good NBA season.
Yeah.
Right now.
No, it really is.
It's still early, but there's no one like. Yeah. Well, of course you have Golden State. The Clippers are like 13.
Oh my god.
And 2 right now.
Clippers are killing it.
Clippers?
So,
wow.
Yeah, exactly, man.
Wait, who's on that?
Chris Paul, Blake Griffin,
JJ Redick is shooting off.
Same team as last
basically
year?
the same team. They're just shooting off the hook.
That's what I like about them. They haven't made huge moves in the last couple of years. They stuck with their core.
They have a great team. They've always had the same
Chris
team.
Paul, man. And then Chris Paul, like he's putting up stats this year, like even better than last year, the past few years, because he got LASIK surgery. He said. His eyes
really
are even better. So imagine, clear vision Chris Paul like running things. But it's just Clippers are that team that's really good, but in the playoffs they always get bounced out for because just there's another team in the West. That's better than
West is just killers row, man.
Yeah, if Clippers won the East, it might be a different story.
Yeah.
Them in
and their lack of like deep playoff experience.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, they never get past the second round.
Yeah,
right?
I don't think so. No, they're kind of like Melo. Like Melo
I was about to say that.
Yeah, Melo only got past the first round like one time.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna get a ring, man. Especially if he stays on the Knicks.
I don't think so either.
You gotta go with LeBron,
and he's not gonna get traded. Yeah,
you're right. That's the only. Or he should go on Golden State.
He should have went to the Bulls and maybe would have done something. But I don't think he would have won.
Like the Bulls are pretty solid right now too, man.
Oh man, I watched the Bulls game the other day.
Wade's there, right?
Wade,
Jimmy
Jimmy Butler.
Rondo.
I watched the game the other day. Rondo didn't even try to score the whole game.
Damn.
I think he took 2 shots.
What?
He didn't even try to score. He was just dishing out passes, and you have to respect him.
Though.
Yeah, he loves it. He doesn't care about. It's funny. He doesn't care about. Even if he has a layup, he'll get into the layup and then he'll pass.
He'll pass
it back.
He'll get double doubles, just rebounds, assists.
He's
so quick. He's so confident with the ball.
He's a game changer.
Yeah,
man.
Like Jimmy Butler
looks like a turtle.
Yeah,
he
does look like a turtle. If you're
Franklin.
listening.
Oh man, you ever seen that? This is Jimmy Kimmel, I think, where they read like the tweets.
Nah.
Is it Jimmy Kimmel or?
One of those guys does that.
Yeah, the meme tweets.
Yeah, Jimmy does do that.
He got so mad that someone called him Franklin the turtle.
He does look like
he does look
Jimmy
like
Kimmel's probably my favorite late night host. Like when he does that Jimmy Kimmel ate my candy.
Who's the other guy?
Conan.
No, there's Jimmy Kimmel.
Jimmy Fallon.
Jimmy
Fallon.
I
think Kimmel does the mean
tweets. Yeah,
he definitely does.
That thing's funny.
Yeah,
I'm not into Jimmy Fallon.
Nah. He's a good entertainer. He does like good skits, but he just doesn't do it like.
He's too much like wow.
Yeah, that's exactly how he is. Yeah.
I'm not
okay. We're
he's
next
cool,
on the
but
show.
Yeah, that's how he is. You love that voice.
Yeah.
I'm about to burp. I need some coffee right now. Speaking of
what?
coffee, guys, check out chimeracoffee.com. Type in the I was gonna say the coupon code. Show the art.
Yes, show the art.
Yeah,
coupon code. Save some money.
Yeah, save some money. Do yourself a favor.
You ever try this?
You have Chimera coffee?
Yeah.
No.
You ever tried it?
I'm gonna try right now.
There's nothing in here. This is old, but
yeah, go ahead, try it.
All right, let's try it.
How does it taste?
That might not even be coffee in there.
Oh,
Right?
in there.
How delicious does it taste?
It looks delicious.
Did you just taste it?
Oh yeah, it's so good.
Yeah.
Chimera coffee with a K.
There you go. See, that's the slogan.
Damn, you're
Says
like
with
you're
the
meant
K,
for
right?
this.
Yeah.
You're meant to
Have you
sell
ever
Chimera
tried
coffee?
nootropics?
No, I haven't
Seriously.
even heard of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Yeah, check it out.
What is
Go
it
look. Go
called?
look it up. Chimera coffee.
Oh,
Nootropics.
nootropics.
It's kind of like an
You have no
enhancer for
idea,
your
dude.
mind,
no.
kind of thing.
No, I don't even drink. I just started drinking coffee now, like this year.
You know
Welcome
you're
to the
talking.
club.
You know
Yeah.
you're talking to the right guys right now, right?
Yeah. Why you guys like coffee advocates?
Nah, I'm just
Oh.
saying you're talking.
Yeah,
to the
we're
right
coffee
guys.
advocates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll get you. We'll get you.
What
on the
coffee
good
are you
stuff.
drinking? What's
What
Yes.
do I drink? I
Yeah.
don't know. I just drink Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh no.
That's good. No, he
I
said he
don't
saw.
know, bro.
You can only. There's only
I
one
just
direction
drink it for
you
the
can go from
caffeine.
there.
I don't
Yeah.
drink it for the
Yeah,
taste. I
you're
don't
gonna
like
go
the
up
taste.
from there, homie. Just do you drink it with sugar, with like almond milk, semen?
Semen.
What do you have it with? Black.
Yeah. Yeah. I used to drink it black,
Okay.
but
Stick with that, cause then
But he
and
said
once
sugar.
you're getting used to
I
that
get cream and
that
sugar.
shitty ass coffee, and then we'll
Oh.
give you a taste of like good coffee,
Oh.
because you can't really appreciate something really good until you have something really bad, like a bar, like you have a crappy ass bar, you won't notice the difference until you use that bar,
No.
and then you get a nice little bar. Weightlifting shoes.
Yeah.
I mean, you're using like A6 track shoes to do squats, and all of a sudden we put you in like
Using
Addy Power.
chinelas.
Yeah, you use chancletas, you use some
Chancletas.
slippers.
You're on barefoot.
Yeah, exactly. And then when
Yeah.
you put on some shoes that are meant for squatting,
Mm.
you'll see the difference.
So
Is it
yeah.
better to
True.
squat barefoot though? I heard that.
There's
Preference.
differences or whatever for in terms of like competition wise. For weightlifting, you want to have that elevated heel.
Isn't that cheating?
No, absolutely not. It helps with your mobility type of
You
thing.
see
Where
like big guys like Big Ray. He wears like weightlifting. Not weightlifting. He wears like those wrestling shoes.
yeah.
Dude.
So some people wear
Yeah.
flat shoes. Some people
Yeah.
don't. or
I'm just
whatever.
saying, like the holistic people will say, "Oh, you got to do everything barefoot."
Yeah, those vegans will probably say
vegan.
that. Those vegan
Oh,
hippies.
we have stories about vegans.
We got a bunch of them at our gym,
man.
whatever. But props to them. They still put in
Vegan
the
gains.
they still put in the work, but they're losing a lot of gains. But it's
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Yo.
To any vegans, don't get butthurt. Okay, I'm just
So
kidding.
just
Yeah, any
elevating
vegans.
your heels makes a huge
Yeah.
difference.
It allows your knees to kind of track a little bit forward. You could get a little deeper in the squat because it's elevated higher. So people that have tight ankles or tight calves, it won't allow them to sit in a deeper squat. So a lot of times you'll see at the gym.
Why don't they
people-
just stretch their calves and ankles?
Yeah, some people. Oh, well, some people are like the mobility wise.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll put
Gotcha,
people in
okay.
the gym. We'll put them on like a 25 or 10-pound plate just to help them lower themselves.
Yes,
down.
yes, yes, okay, gotcha.
Assisted with you should stretch. I'm not saying you shouldn't or whatever.
Yeah.
And just like put a
It's an
Band-Aid
assistant,
on it.
yeah.
But yeah,
It's like taking a pre-workout. It's just gonna help you a
Exactly.
little bit.
yeah.
Okay.
Good. I like what
Hey,
you're doing with
thanks,
that, man.
Do
Good
you do
stuff.
that in all your lifts?
What?
Wear like lifted
Oh
shoes?
yeah. I wear Romelios.
Yeah, Nike
Yeah,
Romelios.
weightlifting. They're weightlifting shoes.
Okay.
Yeah. It's
Has, like, a
it's
little platform.
suddenly getting really popular now. Well,
So you wear heels when you're working
Yeah,
out.
pretty much stilettos.
he's wearing basically stilettos with a Nike check mark on it. Yeah, but it's really
Louboutins,
popping off
yeah.
right now. Like the sport of weightlifting and powerlifting is really
Yeah,
Pumping
powerlifting's
up.
getting huge,
Yeah,
and
man.
that whole thing where Ray squatted
1,000
1,000 pounds with
Yeah.
just knee sleeves,
Homie,
kind
just
of helped. It
1,000.
was on
Who's Ray Ray?
ESPN.
Ray Williams. If
Yeah.
I show you the video, you might have seen it on ESPN. It's that big.
Pull it
Dang.
up.
Yeah,
And he
actually-
squatted 1,000
Yeah,
pounds
with just sleeves.
yeah. So knee sleeve. So a lot of people that hit the 1,000 pound mark use
I
like a
was
squat
there.
suit that help assist you. You know what I mean?
You know,
Like,
oh sorry.
go ahead. Go ahead.
No.
You were there, so
Yeah,
because
because I was just thinking like I wanted to take a video, but
Yeah.
I didn't get to. And
Ah.
I keep that was one thing
Why
I regret
didn't you?
about Raw
You were just
Nationals.
Yeah.
That like I didn't get to, like I
And
don't
you're
know,
recording
I just-
everyone
yeah,
at
I
that
was
time.
I was trying to on Snapchat, but then I just didn't record enough.
Were you
Yeah.
just
I
in the
wanted to do a
moment?
selfie.
I
and then
get you. I get you.
But like that's what I wanted to do, and I was like, damn. Like when after it happened, I don't know. Everything happened so fast.
Yeah.
I was like right in the front too. Like I just ran.
Where
straight
was
to the
this?
front. It was in Raw Nationals in Atlanta, Georgia,
yeah.
on October.
So
or in
why did
October.
he not use any of those pieces of equipment to
Oh,
help him?
because that's how it is. It's Raw Nationals, so just like a Raw event.
So can you
Raw
explain Raw
equipped.
Nationals, meaning you're not wearing a squat suit, a bench
yeah,
suit?
exactly.
Like those things kind of help
briefs.
assist you. Like it's how do I explain it?
Like knee wraps.
Yeah, they
help pretty much.
There's like a little bounce that you get, a little tightness that help.
Yeah.
Like it adds like sometimes a bench, like those shirts could add like 100 pounds to
Damn.
your bench.
Yeah.
To the squat, it could
If
add
you know how
like
to use it.
I'm not into
trigger.
like gear lifting, so I don't know, but
Me
it could add like 100 to 200.
I don't
Not
think
you know
I
what,
ever
like
will.
at least 100 pounds. So he did it without any of that.
Yeah, because usually people squat over 1,000, but they're wearing like all this gear.
Yeah. So this is him squatting. I'm showing Abe right now a picture of him squatting 932 pounds for 2 reps.
And who is this Ray guy? Do you guys know him?
Ray.
No,
not in
no,
person.
no.
I saw him over there at in Atlanta. It's cool because you get to see all the like they're there, you know.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's like
all
looking
the people
at
you see on Instagram and
Yeah.
like,
This
all
guy's
the people you look up
humongous.
to.
he's huge.
Yeah, he's
man.
huge. I think he was like 3-something.
Yeah. How tall is he? He doesn't look that tall.
He
though,
wasn't
right?
that tall. He's like
Holy shit.
I would guess like 6 foot. I don't know his like.
Yeah.
But he has a weight belt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay,
you could use
so-
a belt.
Yeah. So the
Yeah.
only thing a raw would be considered a belt and sleeves. That's
Yeah,
the most
exactly.
you could get. Maybe like some wrist wraps, right?
Yeah,
wrist
you could
wraps.
use wrist wraps.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Right. It's impressive, man. He is.
It was
a
like all
strong
over
boy.
ESPN. So it was a big thing for powerlifting.
In the
sport of
powerlifting world,
powerlifting.
yeah, to get some notoriety
Yeah.
like that. So powerlifting's doing a good thing.
Mm.
So
Because normally bodybuilding gets the notoriety, right?
Bodybuilding's like the
that and
biggest
Olympic.
one.
Well, I mean, I heard
bodybuilding.
they're trying to get they've been trying to get powerlifting into the Olympics, but
yeah.
it's not.
Yeah,
weightlifting
bodybuilding
like
is the
thing
biggest
over
thing,
there.
and then after that, it's like there's like a big niche for powerlifting and weightlifting.
Yeah,
Right now, it's
it's more
powerlifting,
Well,
but weightlifting, I think, will make it.
if powerlifting was in the Olympics,
Well,
isn't it Olympic lifting now?
right,
Like
actually, yeah.
Like when that
I don't know
confused
the
people?
backstory. Yeah, that's true. But it'll probably be
I know they've
Olympic
been trying to.
powerlifting.
I heard.
Olympic powerlifting will be Olympic
true, true.
weightlifting.
So, but once
Yeah,
that
yeah.
happens, exactly, that's what I was gonna say. Once
it
that
happens.
if that happens,
Yeah.
shouldn't they change the terminology for
Yeah.
Olympic lifts to something like more specific?
Now, probably be Olympic
Olympic
weightlifting,
weightlifting, yeah.
Olympic
Makes sense.
powerlifting.
Powerlifting, okay.
That'd
Because
be
they have it
cool.
for the Special Olympics. Is that what it's called? They have that for Special Olympics. They have powerlifting.
Oh, no
Yeah.
way, really?
Yeah, the bench. I know for sure bench or whatever.
Okay.
So, yeah. So it's cool. It like saying I root for powerlifting to get into or up into the Olympics, just like I root for jiu-jitsu
Mhm.
to get into the Olympics.
Okay.
Because it has a niche or whatever. Like it just deserves to be on that
Yeah, how's
platform
jiu-jitsu?
for everyone to.
Is it like getting big in terms of like just competitions? I haven't really heard of anything.
what
but
do you?
I'm not into.
Yeah,
the-
yeah. So Abe
community.
has.
It's pretty big, but again, it's hard for me to compare it to weightlifting because I don't know the weightlifting world. I would love to try and compare
Yeah.
it to make you understand. It's probably very similar. The way you talk
Yeah.
about it, like
Yeah.
as big as it is, it's probably just as big as powerlifting
I-
or Olympic. No, not Olympic. Like
Weightlifting.
Yeah, I guess weightlifting.
Yeah, I think they're all around maybe the same. Or if someone knows, they could
Brain fart.
What chime in?
Chime.
I was gonna say chive. I was like,
Yeah.
someone can
Chime
chime in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, someone can chime in, but to me, it just seems like all three of them were kind of like around the same place.
Would you
right now.
recommend powerlifting or weightlifting for something like jiu-jitsu where it's very dynamic movements?
Probably weightlifting.
Mhm.
Okay.
Just because powerlifting, you're not like it's not really functional. Like you know,
Yeah,
you're just
it's
sticking
not.
straight to squat, bench, and deadlift, and
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a squat, you don't have to. You only have to squat a certain amount,
yeah, exactly.
like right below parallel of your hip crease.
you don't need
Yeah, you don't.
crazy mobility to
Yeah.
Okay.
to perform the movements,
Yeah,
right?
jiu-jitsu.
In jiu-jitsu, you're in like all these weird like
Yeah.
You could be in a squat holding it for a few seconds while a person's trying to bump you off
Yeah.
balance,
Yeah.
or you could be
in a
like,
squat upside down.
yeah.
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
What about the people that say, oh, I don't want to, I do jiu-jitsu, for example, or
Yeah.
MMA, and I don't want to do Olympic lifting or powerlifting because I don't want to get tight.
Mm-hmm.
What do you say to those people?
I mean, tightness has a lot to do with just mobilizing and taking care of your body, I guess.
Mhm.
Yeah, and that's what I wanted to actually know too, because like I always wanted to get into jiu-jitsu. I think I told you before.
Yeah.
Because Chaz had a gym back then, and
Mhm.
I went to it.
Yeah.
You guys know Lloyd, right?
Mm-hmm.
He
Yeah.
brought me over there,
Yeah.
and I wanted to do it, but it just didn't go with like what I wanted to do in terms of like
Mm-hmm.
in regards to like training with powerlifting, bodybuilding.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I think
Just try it out.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
man.
being tight, it just has to do with just the mobilizing.
Yeah.
And probably just
taking care of yourself.
taking
Yeah.
care of your body.
And what does that include?
Stretching,
Okay.
Yeah.
stretching, and just
You do a lot of
exercises.
you do a lot of band work too, right? You use those bands to mobilize.
The voodoo bands.
Yeah,
okay.
a lot of those.
Voodoo bands, and
a lot of KSAR stuff. So we're all on the same page with that one, right?
Yeah,
that's one of the first books you started off as an
Supple
intern.
Leopard.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, Supple Leopard.
Supple Wayne.
Yeah, that helped a lot though.
Okay.
Yeah. And for my whole powerlifting thing, because I would be getting injured a lot, and just because hips getting pinged if you're
your
like
elbow,
especially if you're working, you're sitting all day, or if you're just lifting in bad positions.
So do you do that after every session? You
I
mobilize?
try to. I haven't been though, but usually whenever I start feeling it, that's like when I feel tight, then I'll start mobilizing. But if I don't really,
if you don't have the time,
I should though.
Do you do before or after?
After.
Okay.
Mostly after. If I need to do it before, like if I feel like I can't get into in a
position,
good position, then I'll do it before, and then kind of just like loosen up before I lift, and then
it's hard to do just because it's not as fun.
Exactly.
Like I totally understand for like
it hurts.
It hurts or whatever. It's uncomfortable,
like
and you just want to get into the workout. Like jiu-jitsu, you just want to start rolling and drilling.
Absolutely.
Yeah, how do you guys warm up for jiu-jitsu?
We do similar warm-ups like we do at Crank, just like dynamic, like.
Yeah, a lot of times I do stuff basically from what Ames has taught me, but I like to keep it simple because he was always saying, like, you don't want to go 0 to 60. Mm-hmm. So, and that even means with the warm-up. I don't want to, all right, guys, bow in, do a couple of runs, and then 50 burpees. No, like, people are going to break their necks. So what we normally do is just run back and forth, side-to-side runs, sometimes high knees.
Get the blood flowing.
Yeah, and then we'll do bear crawls, and there's jiu-jitsu drills.
Are there like specific like kind of exercises?
Like there's one called the hip escape or a shrimp where you're on your back, you turn to your side, you push off like on your shoulder, and you kind of just keep moving backwards on the floor. That one's a really good one. Whether you do jiu-jitsu or not, it's a really good one. But bear crawls is very good because being able to balance on your hands and being low is very good for jiu-jitsu. I mean, right now I don't do too many dynamic things for the jiu-jitsu class warm-up. Because there's so many different levels, and because Ames has told me, you don't want to go crazy. Plus, as they drill before they go live, they warm up.
So a good amount of get the body warm, get those the body parts or the muscles that you're going to be using, just get it fired up.
It's interesting. Because it's like what I'm trying to think of, like what specific muscles do you use when you're
basically everything.
Because you're using everything, right? So it's like you can't really target like
you would have to spend a long ass time warming up if you want to warm up everything.
That's like do you even really need to do all that?
But the good thing is we spend 20, 25 minutes drilling these techniques. And you're not only drilling them, you're doing the opposite. You're being drilled on. So you're getting best of both worlds. So you're inadvertently moving and mobilizing just from being a partner of somebody. So, from that, you get your core warm. And then as you drill, that's kind of,
So basically what he's saying is it's good to get drilled.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I got.
Getting drilled on. Yeah.
To getting drilled on.
Drill for skill.
Drill to win. Drill to kill. What is it? Drillers make killers. Yeah. Some corniness.
That's my mom's motto.
That's your mom's motto. That's how she raised you.
Do you have any I guess athletes that do competitive like weightlifting or any type of like competitive like
there's a couple of guys out there that you're like, all right, this guy probably could. I don't know if he does. Actually I know a guy, he's a purple belt. If he's listening to this, Wu-Tang Pete. He's from California. That's
a dope ass name.
Wu-Tang Pete,
shout out to Wu-Tang Pete.
At Wu-Tang Pete on Instagram. He's now become a bodybuilder. He's entering the bodybuilder world. So I guess he's an amateur, but he's an avid jiu-jitsu competitor. He's a purple belt, which is in the middle when we're talking about belt ranks. He's been training for like, I don't even know how long, at least 6 years to be a
started
purple belt.
Jiu-jitsu first and then got into powerlifting.
Yes.
Or
weightlifting, bodybuilding. And actually I think, and I don't want to say just because, but I think he's like vegetarian or something.
Oh yeah. Nice.
Wow. But he's one of those guys.
Vegetarian bodybuilder
/ jiu-jitsu
and
practitioner. Good for him.
He's good at competitive jiu-jitsu. He's really good.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean,
How about powerlifting or like somewhere you have to lift like super heavy?
Do you know of anybody?
No.
Not that I know, but I know a couple of strong ones like Cyborg. Is a strong ass dude, man.
Yeah,
like not competitively, but if they wanted to compete, they would probably do like some kind of damage. You know what I mean?
The thing is, for you, in order to get better and stronger at powerlifting, you have to spend a lot more time powerlifting than anything else. True. So in jiu-jitsu, I really want to spend most of my time doing jiu-jitsu if I can. So I don't really have the time to spend doing. So if I am spending more time getting good at powerlifting, I'm sacrificing my jiu-jitsu. Inadvertently, you won't be as good as the guys spending all their time.
Yeah, it's tough. It's like, do you want to be the jack of all trades or the king of something?
That's why it's hard for me to stay on a consistent like a workout plan, because whenever I have the choice, I always pick jiu-jitsu. You know, so
that makes sense.
No, that makes
like
sense.
Yesterday, actually, I trained in the morning at noon. And then because spontaneously, you know, the guys wanted to come in and train, I was gonna work out at that time. But I was like, all right, I want to. I'd rather do jiu-jitsu. And then later on at night, I just didn't even have the energy to work out. But I was like, okay, let me do jiu-jitsu. Let me roll with the class. So
what helps out too is like it's the people you're around. You know what I mean?
True. I don't have anybody that wants to work out with me. So
and you're so enthusiastic when you see your boys rolling in the gym, then you're gonna want to roll in the gym.
That makes sense.
If I see my boys lifting at Crank, I'm gonna want to lift with my boys. You know what I mean?
Exactly. So plus, I don't really need it. You know.
That's what I'm saying. You don't. Do you need?
You know, I don't really need. I'm already pretty good.
Ames doesn't need it.
That's true. Chiseled, just a
chiseled
Ames free.
Ames more needs to get on the mat and train. That's what
you
Ames
got the bodybuilding side down.
Yeah, you got the powerlifting side down. Yeah, I mean your 6-pack is perfect. It's more like an 8-pack.
-8.
Yeah, but you kind of need to get on the mats and drill your armbar escapes.
That's great. Yeah. On that note, that was a good ass podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Anything? Any other questions? We should definitely have you on again or whatever.
Sure.
This is definitely dope, man.
So you're at Wayne Brady on Instagram? Is that what it was?
Nah, AMESYPIE.
So you could look up any of us guys. So we really hope you did enjoy the this episode. Wayne, do you want to shout anyone out, or if anyone wants to reach you other than
how can
Wayne
they reach
Games? Dual Athlete. Sorry, I said
it's not
Games.
Wayne Ames.
Wayne
that would be a good group.
Yeah, that would be a good group. No, I'm at the Dual Athlete on Instagram.
Are you giving any kind of like any services? Bodybuilding,
now. I mean,
powerlifting. I'm trying to help sell.
Yeah. I mean, right now I just started picking up. I'm starting to try to pick up clients online.
Okay.
But nothing. I haven't. It's more been locally.
Okay. Cool.
So search him at the Dual Athlete on Instagram. You know, slide into those DMs if you want a private session.
It's an easy slide, guys. Yeah. So we hope you enjoyed again, guys. If you did, please like, share, subscribe, rate us. It does help out a lot. It helps make our day. It helps motivate us to make more content for you guys, and subscribe to our newsletter. Abe, talk about that real quick.
Yeah, go on Facebook. We have a link to the newsletter. Just subscribe to it. We do giveaways all the time. So, it's a good thing, and just help us grow.
Yeah, man. Last but not least, shout out to Chimera Coffee. Chimera with a K. So check it out. Some good ass coffee. Wayne is going to try it right after we're done with this. We're going to get him some good brew.
Yes, sir.
So get that coupon code, man.
Show the art.
Peace.